Hey friends, welcome to the Friday Drive. Today we're going to get right into it. One of the things that I keep talking to clients about, especially when we're in the discussion around culture. So culture comes up a lot. It's everything from, how happy are our people? How productive are our people? Do they feel seen, heard, valued, all that kind of stuff when they're there? Is this a place where they can bring their full self to work? There's a lot of that, especially in the younger generations who are moving up through the organizations that we lead. So what I'd like to do is just show you a model. It's called the non-owner mindset versus owner mindset model. It's pretty straightforward, but it seems to have a lot of traction with a lot of the clients that I work with. Some of you have already seen this just in our coaching sessions, but I felt like it was important to kind of share with everybody. So, one of the things that really embodies a strong culture, Pat Summitt said, a sense of ownership trumps everything when it comes to a team sort of galvanizing and pulling together. And so when we look at this, we go, what truly is an owner mindset and what's a non-owner mindset? So a non-owner mindset, you can kind of think of it in these ways right here, right? It's tactical, right? It's not strategic. An owner mindset is strategic, which means they're above the trees. They're thinking about things from a mindset of a holistic, what's best for the company, whereas tactical is like, I've got a list of to-dos that I have to do, okay? So kind of the difference. On a non-owner mindset, it's likely just a job, right? But it's way more than a job when it comes to this owner mindset, because there's something of value, of worth that I'm offering that's making things happen beyond me. I'm actually part of something bigger than myself. It's a paycheck. We all know employees that just work at a job. Some of us were those people at one time. Hopefully we're not now, but we're people who are like, it's a paycheck. It pays the bills. It does the things we need it to do. But an owner mindset, I'm looking at this as a career. I'm looking at this as something that I could do for the rest of my days, and I can grow in, and I can expand, and I can learn, and all that. I have limited influence in a non-owner mindset, typically because the leader doesn't spend a lot of time asking me what I think. Doesn't ask for my opinions, doesn't ask me how I feel about the situation, the problem we're trying to solve, any of that. But over here, I can have a broad impact because I get to kind of, I get exposed to a lot of the different things going on in the company through some transparency from the leader, et cetera. So it's a lot that can bring a lot of value from a broad impact. Innovation is fairly limited in a non-owner mindset because I'm not really thinking of problem solving, because that's kind of what innovation is, right? It's problem solving. And so I limit that because I go, well, what's the point? I'm not going to be here very long, right? Or I'm just here for a paycheck, so therefore I'm not going to innovate. On an owner mindset, I am constantly looking at the problems we're trying to solve. I'm working with teams. I'm kind of building these natural watering holes of creativity around the organization because I have this owner mindset, because I feel like what I do is part of something bigger than me. Again, remember that phrase. I'm always a flight risk in a non-owner mindset. I'm very dialed in, and there's a good chance my learning curve's going up. I'm involved in a lot of things. And so therefore I get dialed into the progression of the company, the success of the company. Here I'm in the weeds, here I'm above the trees. We talked about that at the beginning. It's kind of a holistic view of things. Hierarchy and titles matter to me in a non-owner mindset because I don't feel like I'm valued and I'm worthy in a lot of ways. I have to get that from somewhere else, and so hierarchy and titles matter. Here it truly is about, even if I'm not an actual owner, it's about I own the vision. A lot of you have been part, and I'll explain this to you because this is really important to note. A lot of you have been part of nonprofits or maybe places where you volunteer. Think about Habitat for Humanity. Maybe it's your local church. Maybe it's whatever nonprofit that's out there that does good things for people. And you're a volunteer. Well, why do you do that? I mean, I would argue that it's because you have an owner mindset in that. You want to do good, you want to do well, but you want to be part of something bigger than you. And chances are, if you're a leader of one of those organizations, you have to instill an ownership mindset, because this doesn't work in those settings. Because there is no paycheck, right? There is no hierarchy and titles. Those things kind of go away in that world for the most part, okay? So in the non-owner mindset, short-term wins, okay, we got a little win here, a little win there. This is about sustainable success. This is almost like if you think about Simon Sinek's finite game, this is about, I'm going to get a win here and we're going to celebrate and that's it. Over here, it's about how do I outlast my competition? What does that look like? And then lastly, what's in it for me? And this is a big one. In a non-owner mindset, I'm going to get mine. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to make sure that I get what I need and all that kind of stuff. What's in it for me? Over here, it's what's best for the company. It's what's in it for us collectively, because I'm not just doing it for me, I'm doing it for the people around me, right? And those sorts of things. And so how do you cultivate from a non-owner mindset to an owner mindset? Those are the things that, and so celebrating rituals, the ACE framework, acknowledge me, inspire me, challenge me, empower me, all the things that we're talking about. Being a coach instead of a commander or instead of a caregiver, right? You got to do both. When you bring both together, you become a coach. Those are all the things that move people from this side of the framework to this side of the framework, okay? And as leaders, pay really close attention. Maybe you do an audit in your organization and you go, are we this or are we this? Where do we shine here and where do we shine here, right? And if we're going to move people over, let's develop a strategy to do so, okay? So that's the thing I wanted to talk about first. If you have questions on that, bring it up on our coaching calls or send me an email. Happy to talk through that with you. Secondly, I want to tell you, going on at 5 Capitals, on our website, you'll see there are 6 boxes up front with the products we offer. A Leadership 360 is a way to assess the talent in your organization. It's a really good way to kind of understand where people stand, their strengths, their weaknesses, how they work and interact with the people in your organization. Are they self-aware? Are they aware of others? Are they good at conflict resolution? Are they good at communication? Are they good at change management? Those kind of things. It's a great way to kind of understand where people are and then use it as a springboard to develop a coaching plan for them, whether that's you coaching them or you get an outside coach from 5 Capitals to do that for you. Okay? So I want to let you know that's there. Check it out on our website. That's what it looks like when you go to the landing page. And then lastly, the piece of content that we're going to give you this month is we released our April Caffeinate podcast. It's all about brand identity. It's the first essential in the 7 essentials of business. If branding and marketing and sales and those kind of things in your organization are the things that you struggle the most with or people in your organization struggle with, this is going to be a really helpful podcast for you to listen to, because it's going to talk about how do you set the stage for all that external expression through setting a really strong brand compass, brand identity, brand equity inside your company through your vision, values, purpose, points of difference, archetypes, value proposition, brand promise, okay? So we're going to talk about all of that in the podcast. It's about 30 minutes long. If you have an interest in that, this will be a really valuable podcast for you to listen to, okay? So with that, that's the end of the Friday Drive. Grateful to be doing this with you guys, and we will see you on the next one.